suppose you should go soon.
The sooner I go, the sooner I get back to you.
Robert, I want to ask you a favor.
Anything.
You probably see the man there with Sean called Marty. I told you about him, right?
The guy that dropped you the keys to the handcuffs.
He was very, very kind to me. I don't think I could have survived without him. He kept me sane. He said he knew you from the WSB. He respected you a lot.
I'll do what I can for him.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Gotta get going.
I know. Robert, please be careful. I couldn't stand to lose you now.
I'm gonna be extra careful. I gotta save myself for you, haven't I? I'm coming back. I promise.
Robert, I hope you find the treasure. And I hope you get Sean.
The next day, Frisco and Felicia seemed to just disappear from Port Charles.
Oh. What? Oh, hell. I mean, didn't anybody see them after they left the waterfront?
No. Grant talked to them on the phone that night, but the only report we have on their whereabouts is that the bank told us that Frisco went there the next morning and opened the safety deposit box. After that, we've heard nothing. They're gone.
It's obvious. Donnelly's got them, and he's also got Anna. We got one more problem up. We got to locate him, Bert.
Well, thank heavens that Holly's okay. How's she making out?
Well, she's comfortable in the hospital. I didn't want to leave her.
Yeah, she went through quite an ordeal.
You do me a favor. Call up Celia. Tell her what Holly's been through. I think under the circumstances, maybe she'll come through for us.
You want me to call Celia at the ship while she's on her honeymoon?
Well, she's Holly's dearest friend. I think if Celia knew what had happened to Holly, that she'd cut short her honeymoon and come running.
And you want me to suggest that to Celia?
I think she'll suggest it herself.
Well, that certainly is what I would call a good friend.
Yeah. Sean Donnelly, where are you? Hey, you hear that?
Yeah, but it's not great.
Better than before. Let's try this way.
You know, I hate to think what'll happen if Sean ever finds that homing device on Anna.
Think positive. The device will lead me to Anna. With a bit of luck, Felicia and Frisco too. Come on. Damn it, it's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Thought we were getting closer there for a while.
Well, my legs, I'm not used to this. We're almost right back where we started, aren't we?
It's strange. I don't seem to be able to get a solid beat on the signal anymore.
Yeah, Robert, we've been all over this place. This wood seems endless.
Now, the signal was strongest. It's directed.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's go. Anna, hang in there. Hear that, Bert?
Yeah.
We're getting close.
Music to my ears.
All right. Now,
What happened?
signal's gone dead.
Just like that?
It's not the receiver.
Interference?
It could be something more serious. Maybe Anna had to get rid of the device, or perhaps Donnelly found it and destroyed it.
Oh. What now?
Work with what we've got. All right, the signal was strong here. So, we'll stick around the station area.
I don't think that Donnelly would be outside walking around in that park over there.
The signal is really strong, or was really strong around here, Bert. Maybe even from the hotel across the street.
Now, there's an idea. Why don't we rush the hotel, get the local police to help us, and if Sean is in there, we can arrest him right away. I like that.
No. Our place is kids and Anna in too vulnerable a position.
What, do you think that Sean would kill any of them?
Don't forget that Donnelly might be taken into custody. I can't allow for what his men could do. And besides, I just can't risk it. I've got to catch him red-handed with that treasure. I mean, he's not going to have it on him.
All right, well, what's your plan?
All right. First, we make sure that Anna and the Frisco and Felicia are all right, but I can't move until after dark.
Well, Robert, that's a lot of hours away.
We can't take chances, Bert. Too many lives at stake.
Well, all right, then I better get back to the hotel and get that walkie-talkie. I'll work as your backup man. Then I'll signal you if there's any trouble.
I hope you've memorized all those faces of Sean's team as per the wire photos.
Oh, I dream about them every night.
Good. I'm not budging from here until night falls. All right? Now, we're going to have to set up a meeting place. Best thing I would imagine is behind the hotel after dark. I'll call you on the walkie-talkie to set up a time. In the meantime, I've got to get to Anna to find out whether she's found out anything more about this treasure.
All right, but don't forget Mr. Wu.
What have you found out about him?
Well, he practically owns all of New York's Chinatown. He's very powerful and also elusive. Sean certainly picked a very, very smart collector.
Anything else?
Well, nobody has seen his face, Robert, for many years. So if he has a home here, it's in someone else's name. It's certainly not much to go on.
I've got to catch Donnelly red-handed with that treasure.
One more thing about Wu. He is due in Quebec any day now.
Good. Then we'll see to it that he walks straight into our trap. Scorpio here.
Robert, it's me.
Bert?
Am I coming in clear?
Clear enough. Welcome to Borderville. Listen, you get over here right away, all right?
Where's that?
I'm in a wooded area northeast of the bus station.
Could you be a little more explicit?
Well, a stone's throw from the bus station.
Good. I passed the station on my way to the motel.
Everything's on the way to the motel, Bert. That's Borderville for you.
The jewel of the North Country.
Listen, this call is costing us a fortune in time.
I'm on my way. Don't go far.
You'll find me. I'm the one who's beeping every minute in the bushes. I'm zeroing in on where Anna is. Damn it, it's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Thought we were getting closer there for a while.
Well, my legs, I'm not used to this. We're almost right back where we started, aren't we?
It's strange. I don't seem to be able to get a solid beat on the signal anymore.
Yeah, Robert, we've been all over this place. This wood seems endless.
Now, the signal is strongest. This direction here. Why not? Let's go. Anna, hang in there. Okay, let's get the introductions over with right now.
Don't bother. You're Robert Scorpio. I know the face.
I know yours too, Marty.
Well, I'm flattered.
Don't be. It was on a mugshot.
I don't have a police record.
You do with the WSB, under the D file. That's D for defector. Now, I've had a good day, so I'm going to do you a favor.
That's not what it looks like to me.
I want to know if you're going to deal with me. My wife seems to think so. She's on the understanding you're a reasonable kind of a guy.
How is your wife?
Alive and well.
Thanks to me.
That point hasn't gone unnoticed now. You cooperate with me, I'll see you get an easy time of it down the line.
Just what Mrs. Scorpio said you'd do. If you beat Donnelly.
I will.
Donnelly doesn't know what I did for your wife. Now, why should I risk my neck a second time?
Stay out of prison. Any vein in there?
Yeah.
Felicia Cummins, Frisco Jones.
Donnelly's got them both.
All right, and here's what I need. I want 15 minutes alone tonight with Anna. Can you arrange that? Now, this gun isn't a prop, all right? And it doesn't like cigarettes. I want to know whether you're going to deal with me or not. Can you set this up so that Donnelly doesn't know about it? Well, can you?
All right. Your timing's perfect.
How so?
Well, Donnelly's assigned me to watch Anna tonight while the rest of them are having supper downstairs.
You let me into the room.
Looks like I don't have a choice.
Don't betray me, Marty.
Don't worry. Oh, by the way, how did you find us?
It wasn't easy. Well done. You just joined the winning team.
Get here.
Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't have made it sooner.
Oh, I was so worried that I thought she was going to destroy the bug, you see. I threw it out the window because he found it on me.
Okay. That answers a lot of questions. We'll go into the details later on, all right?
How did you get here?
Well, through the auspices of a new old friend of mine here, Marty.
I don't understand.
You're wasting time, Mr. Scorpio. Our deal was 15 minutes.
Okay. How long have the others been gone?
They went down to dinner. They've probably started by now.
I'll wait outside. If there's any trouble, I'll give a knock on the door.
Thank you. How are, Felicia and Frisco?
They're holding up very well.
What about you? You going to stick this one out?
Of course.
Good. You understand I can't make any move against Sean until I catch him with the treasure, red-handed. But as long as the three of you are all right.
Oh, yeah, we can play hostage for as long as you want. I found out some things in the meantime.
Oh?
Yeah, Marty and Prescott, they've taken the treasure over the border. They've put it somewhere near where the transfer is going to take place.
Which brings us to Mr. Wu.
Oh, yes, he hasn't contacted Sean. He's going crazy.
I see. Listen, do you know when they're going to be transferring the treasure?
No, not exactly. All I know is that it's in Canada, across the border, in a chalet.
Well, there are dozens of those up there.
I know. I don't see how you're going to be able to zero in on the correct one. All I know is that it's reachable only by tram.
Listen, I've got a plan. But I need your help. I need you to do something before Sean gets back from dinner. That's it. What do you think?
I think it's a very good plan.
I'm glad one of us is so confident.
I am. I can see it now.
What?
Sean Donnelly behind bars.
Everybody's dream come true.
Our final triumph.
You know, of course, there's not one hope in hell that I'm going to pull this off unless you help me.
I'll try.
What do you mean?
Well, we've been making things very difficult for Sean, even with all these handicaps.
Well, for him, the best part's yet to come. He's going to pay for everything that's happened.
I certainly hope so.
Count on it.
Robert.
What?
Seeing as we're tying up all these loose ends now.
Well, not quite. Not yet, anyway.
Well, we're almost there. There's something I have to say.
What?
When you arrest Sean, I want you to arrest me too. And
Oh, Anna.
Please, you have to do it.
Now, look, you can't be serious.
I have every reason to be. Look, and don't say that I've absolved myself from guilt because I started out on the wrong side.
Forget it.
I can't. Look, I have a conscience about
Yeah,
it.
look, you've already proven that. Now, just don't be so noble about it, all right?
Please listen to me.
No, you listen to me. Now, we're going to sort this mess out.
You and me, together. We'll end it. Then, the treasure goes back to Mexico. You and I go our own separate ways, and the whole thing is over. Now, you build a new life, because you, darling, have earned it.
And you?
Me? Well, I already know what my life will be. I should say with whom I want to spend it.
Of course.
I've hurt Holly a lot. Badly. So, Miss Anna Devane, be prepared to accept your freedom.
Is that an order?
It's an order.
All right. Whatever you want.
That was fast, Sean.
I thought trouble? You some relief.
Oh, no sweat. Anna's been very cooperative.
That could be trouble. I know Anna.
You know, there's no way out of here. There isn't. We're trapped.
No word from Mr. Wu?
No, nothing. Any phone calls?
I just came out this minute, stretched my legs, and try to keep awake.
You mean you left Anna alone in there with that phone?
Relax. I told the operator to turn off the phone.
All right, fine. Felicia and Frisco left with Prescott and Morgan. Why don't you go downstairs, have some dinner, and then come back here and relieve me with Anna?
Robert, if he finds you here, he's got Frisco and Felicia. They're never going to catch him with the treasure now.
Damn.
What are you going to do?
Get us out of this mess now. There's a little something I want you to do for me.
What about the key? Come on. Give it to me, will you? Come on. Anna. Right? You okay?
Yeah, oh, my head.
You must have fainted.
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know, I just got dizzy.
All right, I'll get you some water. Stay right here.
Oh, Robert. You just missed a familiar face.
Yeah, I saw him. That's Sean's messenger, Herb.
Yeah. He looks a lot better than his wire photos. You got any good news? I didn't come up with anything.
Sean's here at the hotel. He's got Anna, Frisco, Felicia with him. I've already talked to Anna alone.
You have?
Our friends are holding up just fine.
Okay. What's next?
I've got a plan. Now, this, I hope, will nab Sean with his treasure. Anna's going to help.
Oh? You sound pretty sure.
Do it. But I'm going to need your help, too.
Oh, I certainly hope so. I didn't come here just to sit in a motel room.
It's good, because you're going to be checking out of the motel, and you're heading for Quebec. I want you to delay this Mr. Wu at the airport. Get the cooperation of immigration and customs. Work out a ploy. I don't care how you do it. Keep him there.
Okay, for how long?
As long as you can, but make sure he's isolated.
You got it.
I'm in for everything.
What does that mean?
Too many times you should say things to people that we should have said things to. Something like that.
I'm going to remind you of that when we get back to Port Charles, fella.
I mean it. Oh, trust you guarding the back door any day.
Well, it works both ways. I wouldn't trust anybody but you.
Yeah, I know, but I appreciate you following the orders that I've given.
Yeah. Even when they're crazy.
Yeah, there were a lot of those. And you always went along unquestioned. Why didn't you ever question things?
I don't know. I guess I figured that anybody who liked Chinese food the way you did couldn't be all bad.
You're a trusting soul, Bert. Maybe too trusting.
No, Robert. I just know people.
Another Charlie Chan.
One who knows a good cop when he sees one.
Even if he's an Aussie?
Nobody's perfect. You ever hear of Captain Kangaroo?
All right, your rampant humor has driven me back to the job at hand.
Don't worry. I'll delay Wu.
How long you keep him delayed is the difference between success and failure on this one.
Robert, Mr. Wu will not make his meeting with Sean Donnelly.
I believe he won't.
So you have nothing to worry about. I'll certainly delay Wu.
Good, I'm counting on you.
What else is new?
Well, since you had to ask,
I don't think I want to hear this.
better you hear it now than read about it in the Port Charles Herald. When this little mission's over,
Yeah?
I'm resigning as police commissioner and turning the whole department over to you.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
I can practically guarantee that the mayor and the council will make it official.
You're not thinking clearly because I don't want to hear any more of this.
The vote's going to be unanimous.
Robert, you may think I'll go along this, but I won't.
Of course you will.
I won't accept it.
Talk it over later.
Yes. When we get through this, we'll talk about
Look,
it.
there's no point, all right? Now, my mind's made up. I've been giving you signals now for some time. Did you think it was some sort of a game?
Oh, of course not, but I didn't think...
Get to Canada, all right? Now, I'm going to hold down the fort here.
Robert,
Bon voyage, Bert.
wait a minute. Why did you pick this moment to bring up that news?
Because I know you don't have the time right now to hassle me, okay? Now, if we're all lucky, Don is going to be behind bars in about, a couple of days.
What's the matter, Sean? Has all the excitement got to your appetite?
Not at all. Oh, and by the way, I don't want to discuss Robert Scorpio either.
All right. Do you mind if I...
No, not at all. It's one thing, and one thing only I hunger for.
Oh, really?
And that's a phone call from Mr. Wu.
Ah. Well, I hate to be the bearer of glad tidings to you, but
What are you talking about?
I think that you'll be getting word from him very soon.
Now, don't tell me you're clairvoyant, among other things, Anna.
No, I just happened to recognize the Asian gentleman who just walked into the dining room.
You mean that?
Mm-hmm.
You say no?
His name is Mr. Yang. He is an assistant to Mr. Wu.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't.
all right. We'll, wait for him to come to us. Is this how Mr. Wu is going to contact me?
Well, it would appear so, wouldn't it?
Could you tell me something about this Yang? Is he top man in Wu's organization?
Mr. Wu is the only top man in his organization. Mr. Yang is a trusted emissary.
Then why isn't he approaching us?
Wait.
How'd you meet this Mr. Yang?
Well, he used to be a famous art collector also. I had some dealings with him several years ago.
And why is he working for Wu now?
He had a run-in with Mr. Wu, and, see, he said some things about Mr. Wu that really he shouldn't have said.
And what did Mr. Wu do?
He destroyed him. He completely ruined his business. Oh, he's coming over now. you, sir?
Oh, you wish to purchase these items?
I'm sorry, you don't speak English.
$56.53. Oh, my, do you understand me?
565653. 565.
Your cap.
Thanks, mate. I was wondering if you needed some assistance.
Are you speaking to me, young man?
Yeah. I wanted to know whether you might need some assistance.
I don't know. Do you know if I need assistance?
Well, why don't we find out? You going for a ride in the tram?
Yes, I've been told that the view is lovely.
Yeah, so I've heard.
I suppose you have to go to the top to see it.
Yes, you do.
Then we're clear about that, aren't we?
Oh, I'd say we are.
However, I get so very nervous about heights.
I'm going to stay right by your side.
I don't want to be chicken about this.
Nobody is going to think that you are chicken.
Not if I go ahead and go, right?
Right, I couldn't agree more. Now, you know what? I think a steady arm might be of some use, and mine's yours.
At the end of that arm is a very good-looking young man.
Oh.
My granddaughter. Just wait till she hears about this.
You think she'd approve?
Oh, she'd be jealous. You're better looking than anything she's brought home.
Well, you got your ticket?
Of course I got my ticket. Do you?
As a matter of fact, I don't.
It's a good thing you ran into me, or you'd be stranded.
Right you are. Now, don't you leave me.
I won't. I'll keep my eye on you.
Good girl. What?
Young people today just don't think.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Last call for 9 a.m. tram. Last call.
Just made it, Mum.
It's a good thing you ran into me.
Truer words were never spoken.
Oh, dear. I hope I don't get scared.
Morning, Holly.
Good morning, Bert. Have you heard from Robert?
No, not yet. Oh, don't let me interrupt your breakfast.
No, I finished. I mean, every bit. Where do you think Robert is? What's he doing? Why haven't you heard from him? I'm worried.
Well, look, it's really best that he doesn't try to communicate. We don't want anything intercepted.
Yes, but
Now, if that doesn't satisfy you, how about no news is good news?
Not all.
Holly, look at it this way. Robert knows what he's doing.
Yes, but so does Sean, and he's got a whole team of people working with him.
I know that.
And I know Robert. The greater the danger, the greater the excitement.
I know that side of him, too.
He likes working alone. I've often heard him say that the fewer people involved, the fewer mistakes are made.
Sure. Now, how would you like some good news?
Oh, I would love some good news. Is this what General Hospital? I know lots of people.
I spoke to Celia on the hospital ship.
Oh, where is it?
It's in Bermuda, but she's coming back to Port Charles.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And from there, she's going to get on a train and come here to Porter.
So I'm going to have Celia here with me?
That's quite a friend you have there. Cutting short her honeymoon.
Oh, I'm glad you called her. But I'm glad you didn't tell me you were going to.
Why?
Because I wouldn't have let you. Still, I'm glad it worked out this way. But...
Yes, Holly?
In your work as a police officer, did you ever think you were going to die? You'd be killed?
Yes. Several times.
Over and over again on the train, I had the dreadful thought that I may never see Robert again. And at the times, the rare times when he wasn't uppermost in my thoughts, I was thinking of all the wonderful friends that I have that I wouldn't see again.
I've gone through all of that, Holly.
I hated the thought I might not see Celia again. She's been such a good friend to me. She's always so supportive, and she never judges me. And there's that wonderful smile of hers. I'm so pleased she's coming.
Finished breakfast, Mrs. Scorpio?
Oh, yes, every bit.
Oh, so you did.
I know this is awful, but, could I have another cup of tea?
I think so.
And maybe some more toast and marmalade?
Oh, she is feeling better.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. You are worried.
Oh, no, Holly. Robert will do all right. I just wish I were there with him.
Well, which direction you want to go, Marty?
Make any difference? Just go to the left.
Okay, left it is. Sean seems to be getting kind of nervous. This searching business, I'm getting nervous. Ladies around? See how Scorpio could be. We found the homing device.
Yeah, but was it found in time?
Oh, I certainly hope so. I'd hate to meet Scorpio out here. What's that over there? An old shed. You ought to take a look, huh? Yeah, right. What? Yeah. Not so much for that.
Let's look around the other side, see if there's a window.
Either locked or stuck. So much for that, too.
Better look inside, huh?
Well, if everything's locked, what'll be the point?
I'll tell you the point. Sean said to check everything and includes everything inside this shed.
You just say it is locked.
You'll have your head.
Well, we'll say it's locked, but we still searched it thoroughly anyway. Like, the chalet must have a key.
Yeah, well, maybe we shouldn't break in. Don't know what kind of a character this Wu is anyway.
Well, look, you go back and get the key. I'll watch.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'll be right back.
I just looked back there. You know Sean. Oh! What? Oh, Marty. What happened? Are you hurt? What did you hurt? Come on. I don't know. Get up. All right. Can you stand?
Yeah.
Get up.
My arm.
Oh, gee. We better get you back to the chalet. Yeah. I don't know how far the nearest doctor is, but at least we can put a splint or something on that arm. Get up. Careful.
Hard to believe Celia's on a train right now.
It's Robert, you there?
Oh, hold it. There's Robert coming in. Yes, Robert, I'm here. Tell me, what's new on the treasure?
It's here, but I haven't found it yet. Listen, I'm outside the chalet in a shed.
Who else is there?
Sean, Anna, Frisco, Felicia, Morgan, Marty, Prescott.
I haven't seen Sora or Herb.
Yeah, then Sean fell for that note from Mr. Wu.
Down the line.
Look, I'm going to check back to Rhodes where the treasure may have been trucked. If I'm lucky, I'm going to find some tire tracks.
Okay, look, I'm with Holly, and she wants to talk to you. Celia's on her way here. I'll get back in a minute. Here's Holly.
Robert, are you all right, darling?
Love, knowing you are, get me back. Now, don't you worry.
I know I can't take the time, but I love you.
I love you.
You better hurry, because I'm going to get awfully fat here in the hospital.
The more of you, the better, darling.
Holly, please.
Bert wants to talk, but please be careful.
I'm on again, Robert.
This will be the last call until I find the treasure.
Look, we've got a problem with Mr. Wu.
Well, is he being held incommunicado?
Yes, but I can't hold him much longer.
We won't need to. The plan is working like a charm.
Good, no hitches so far.
No, my main worry...
The centers on Frisco and Felicia. I hope Sean hangs on to his cool.
Over yet. I just had a really frightening dream about Robert. Marty hadn't left me the key to the handcuffs. I might still be on the Pullman.
Unbelievable.
I was absolutely terrified. I was pretty sure that Sean would never hurt me. But Prescott was a different story altogether. I was absolutely petrified of that man.
And Robert found you wandering in the woods?
No, I was out cold. I'd fallen and hit my head on a tree.
Well, how did he know where you were?
I had signaled a passing helicopter, and what I didn't realize was the pilot had picked up my SOS and transmitted the signal to Robert.
You are so lucky to be alive.
You know, there were times when I wasn't at all sure if I was going to make it.
Ah, I can't believe this. I really can't believe the nerve of that man. He was acting the perfect host, all the while holding my best friend hostage.
Guess you didn't want to spoil your wedding by telling you.
Well, I'm glad you can joke about it. How could Robert let him get away with that?
Well, Robert didn't know I'd been kidnapped. He thought I was off on my own, trying to figure out whether our marriage was worth saving.
Holly, while you were gone, he and Anna...
Oh, it was just an act.
Oh, well, I'd hate to see him when he was serious.
No. Robert wanted Sean to think he was more interested in Anna than he was in finding the treasure.
You mean he and Anna weren't for real?
No, they were just working together to try and nail Sean.
Oh, Holly, you have no idea how glad I am to hear that.
The one thing about all of this that I don't question now is Robert's love. Awful as the ordeal was, it did bring us back together.
The things you'll do to save your marriage.
We're closer than ever now. No woman could come between us.
I'll bet Robert is ready to tear Sean apart. Imagine his best friend kidnapping his wife.
Actually, it wasn't meant to happen that way.
Sean just threw it in for extra measure?
Well, in a way, it was my fault.
Why?
Well, I stumbled into the wrong place at the wrong time.
You saw something you weren't supposed to see?
No, I heard it. I walked into Sean's office when he and Grant were talking about his involvement in stealing the treasure.
Grant?
Oh, you didn't know?
Grant and Sean?
Oh, I thought Sean
You're
would
saying
have told me.
That Grant and Sean were in this together?
Oh, Celia.
Holly, tell me.
Well, they weren't exactly in it together, at least not at first. Grant stole the treasure from Sean.
Why would he do that? Why wouldn't he just turn Sean in? Why would he take stolen goods from a thief?
Is it to get you back?
Oh, I don't believe this.
Grant thought that he could get back your love that way.
He did that for me?
Well, he tried to.
He thought I could be bought?
No,
What does that make me? Some kind of merchandise, goods for the auction block? Sold to the highest bidder.
Celia, would you
I cannot
I'm
believe
not
it.
interrupting, Scorpio, but I need to have a look at you. Excuse me, would you mind waiting outside, please? Thank you. What have you been up to? You know, your pulse is racing at a mile a minute.
Well, doctor says you'll live.
I never doubted it for a minute. How about you?
Me? You're the patient.
Yes, but you're worried to death. I hope it's not about me.
No, it's Grant and this treasure business. I still can't believe it. I was shocked when you told me.
I almost wish I hadn't. You should have heard it from him.
You know, I think he was trying to tell me once. On my wedding day. How's that for irony?
What did he say?
He said that he was saved from doing something very foolish in trying to win me back. He didn't say what it was, but now I know.
Don't judge Grant too harshly, you know. I mean, he was doing the wrong thing, but for the right reason.
But you're being kidnapped, Holly. There is absolutely no reason in the world that could excuse that.
Now, wait a minute. Grant didn't know anything about what happened to me. He wasn't involved in that the slightest.
Well, I'm glad of that, anyway.
He would never do anything like that to me.
Well, you know, he hasn't done much for my self-image. He thinks that I am so shallow as to marry a man just for his money.
Celia, really, you mustn't stop blaming yourself for what happened.
Why not? Grant stole the treasure because he thought it was the one way he could get me back.
Well, he was wrong.
The man I was married to once, who should know me as well as anyone else, thinks that the most important thing to me is money.
I think you're blowing this way out of proportion.
Am I? I think Grant would disagree with you. I'm beginning to wonder myself. And what about Jimmy Lee? Does he think, write her a check, she'll follow you anywhere?
Oh, Celia, don't do this to yourself.
I'll tell you one thing. If Jimmy Lee does think I'm like that, then this marriage is over before it really begins.
This is Holly you're talking to, remember? Your best friend? Now tell me what's bothering you.
I just feel so guilty about everything that's happened.
It's not your fault.
Grant did what he did because of me.
But he made the mistake, not you.
But he wouldn't have given that treasure a second thought if I hadn't divorced him.
Grant is a big boy now. Among other things, that means he has to take responsibility for his actions. You can't be blamed because he misunderstood you.
I don't know, Molly.
He was just grasping at straws, and he was desperate to win back your love. Not only did he not get you back, but he may go to jail.
But how could he possibly have thought that the treasure could save our marriage?
Well, I haven't talked to him, but I think I understand his reasoning.
Well, then you understand him far better than I.
Now, listen. I'm on the outside, so it's easier for me to see what's going on. But I think that he took a long, hard look at Jimmy Lee. He was sizing up the competition. He wanted to see what Jimmy Lee had that he didn't.
Money?
Well, look at it from Grant's point of view. He takes a personal inventory, and what does he find? He's intelligent, attractive, a man of culture and refinement, and his wife's just left him. So he's bound to think something's wrong with him. What does Celia Quartermain want from a man that he doesn't have to offer?
A fortune.
Oh, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just suggesting that that's what Grant thought, or made himself think. It fits right into his idea of the American dream.
Well, it's a pretty one-dimensional idea.
That's just the other side of the coin. Grant used to be the enemy of capitalism.
He's a brilliant doctor, but he can be so naive.
Well, he made a terrible mistake. But he has to live with it, not you. You can't let Grant's failings torment you.
At this point, I can't do anything else.
Yes, you can. You can let all those doubts just completely let them go to rest. Otherwise, they're going to wreck your new marriage.
Holly, I swear I didn't marry Jimmy Lee for his money.
Oh, I know that, Celia. I saw you falling for him. Jimmy Lee was a man you just couldn't get out of your system.
Lord knows I tried.
Just like an itch you had to scratch. If you hadn't have married Jimmy Lee, you'd have been haunted the rest of your life thinking you'd let Mr. Wright get away.
Probably.
Well, there's no way to live. I would have done exactly the same thing if I were you.
Thank you.
Didn't mean to lecture.
No, it's all right. It is just what I needed. I didn't marry Jimmy Lee because I loved his money. I married him because I loved him. And we would be together even if he was penniless. And if Grant can't accept that, then that's his problem. What are you crying for?
I don't know.
Look at us.
What a pair.
What are we crying for when we have so much to be happy for?
You started it.
Well, I had a reason. Didn't I?
I don't know. Give me a minute. I'll try to think of something.
Oh.
No, thank you. Man.
Hey, Holly, what are you doing?
I'm going to get up.
You are supposed to be resting. Now, why don't you wait a day or two before putting any pressure on that ankle?
I have to get out of this hospital as soon as I possibly can.
Oh, women, I would think you'd be happy to get a little rest after trekking through that wilderness.
I can rest when I'm with Robert.
Where's Celia?
She's getting coffee.
Now, look, would you please just get back there? Young lady, do as you are told. Not? Never mind.
I cannot just lie here cooped up like this when Robert is out there on that case. I don't understand. The sooner I get up and about, the sooner I'll be able to be with Robert. And I can join him.
Join him? Well, I don't know about that.
Well, at least I can go to wherever it is that he's working and be a bit closer to him. You don't understand how I feel, don't you?
Yes. Holly, of course we do.
Let me tell you something. You are not taking one step out of this hospital without the doctor's approval.
Oh, I'll get it. I know I will get it. Then I can go and wait for Robert to return and we can be together. You know, I have a lot to say to each other. When I left Port Charles, I wasn't sure if I ever wanted to see him again. And now I can't imagine life without him. For the first time in a long time, I really feel like he and I have a lot to look forward to, and I want to get on with it.
The wedding was so special.
Oh, I wish so too, Celia.
You know, I'd like to see pictures of those people in those gay 90s outfits.
You should have seen Edward.
Oh.
I want to see those pictures, too. They should be ready by the time we get back to Port Charles. Holly, Jimmy Lee gave me the most beautiful diamond and pearl choker you've ever seen in your life. I was going to wear an heirloom that Felicia had from her grandmother, but... Bert, that necklace and the bracelet, were they part of Sean's stolen treasure?
Yes, Felicia had to get them back from you so that Anna could give them to Sean and make him believe that she's on his team.
I don't believe it. Frisco and Felicia were involved, too. I was completely in the dark.
No more than I was until I was kidnapped. When I think of all those terrible things I said to Anna and to Robert.
Well, he felt the less you knew, the safer you'd be.
Well, I know that now, Bert.
I said some pretty awful things, too, to both of them.
Let's hope we both have the chance to apologize.
Mr. Scorpio, the doctor says you can leave the hospital as soon as he signs the release form.
Oh, that's fantastic. Did you make the reservations at the hotel, Bert?
Yes, it's all taken care of. If you're sure you don't want to go back to Port Charles.
Oh, absolutely. I want to stay right here, as close as I can to Robert.